first things first, how's the ankle feeling?
It's good. It's a long process and starting to do more and more each day. So I'm really happy with where I'm at.
When you say doing more and more, where are you at right now?
I'm walking good. Hopefully starting jogging soon, but just we're taking our time with it, not trying to rush anything because there's no reason to try to get back too quickly. Hopefully start jumping a little bit soon.
And no USA basketball obligations or anything to rush back for this year, so.
Nope, yeah, I'm whole summer just to get back to normal.
Is that all right with you? It just gives you a break, or do you wish that you were working on things right now heading into the season?
Yeah, I definitely wish I was working on things. The off season is really where people make those kind of jumps each year, and you get to put in that work. But I feel comfortable with where I am right now. A lot of it's just mental for me, just battling that, and so I think this is a blessing in disguise, making me be more patient and trying to figure everything out that way.
Did it just become obvious at the end of the season that you needed to do something if it was going to be better?
Yeah, it came down. The doctors kind of told me that I would need to do this, and we were prepared for it, and I was. They told me that not early on, but they said that there was always a possibility of it. So it wasn't just all of a sudden random. I was kind of mentally prepared that this was going to happen.
How much did it affect you throughout the season?
It's hard to tell because once you start playing and everything, it's hard to kind of focus on that when you're focusing on so many other things. And I feel like I kind of got used to it throughout the year. I'm excited to see kind of how I feel differently next year rather than trying to figure out how I felt this year.
What can you take from Kia and Gabby's leadership as you become one of the leaders on the team this year?
Just how hard they work every day, and just making sure that you got to do. You can't talk the talk unless you walk the walk. So making sure that I'm focused and I'm working as hard as I can every single day, and I've been trying to do that. Even though I'm not necessarily in workouts with people right now, just making sure that I'm in there doing my rehab when I need to be, getting my extra work in with Kimball and everything like that. So I think just making sure I'm involved, even if I can't necessarily do it with them.
Even though you had strong leadership last year, you kind of took on part of that role, right? It was something that you're really comfortable with and wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely. I had I had to help last year with the leadership role, and I'm comfortable being vocal on the court and kind of figuring out certain things to do. So I'll definitely do more of that this year. And a lot of times that when we'd huddle up, I was making play calls or doing things that we needed to do. So it's not as crazy of a jump as it is, as it could be, but I definitely know that I have to do more and hold myself more accountable because I don't have, Gabby or Kia to back me up if I have a bad day or a low day anymore.
As we stood here last year and talked about things, Gabby and Kia were both very vocal about how awful the end to that previous season was, how much it was going to drive you guys. What's the feeling now? 2 years in a row. Is there an extra motivation, or do you just kind of put it behind you?
There's always that motivation, but I think this year just comes down to making actual changes and changing everyone's approach because, we used that the loss the year before and tried to say that we used it in whatever we did and everything we did, but it was kind of like we just masked it a little bit. I feel like we never really got down to the core issues, or not issues, but things that we could have done better. And this year it's kind of like we have no choice, we're going to have the same outcome. And this year's a lot different in the way that we lost 3 key people that played almost the whole game sometimes, and we have so many young guys that are in a brand new role. So this whole year is kind of just a different approach than it ever has been since I've been here.
Hey, I know one poll a couple of years did not have you number 1, but this figures to be the first time maybe in 6 years that UConn will be ranked number 1 going into it. Do you have a sort of a show you mentality versus the constant thing of always trying to defend your crown?
I think the biggest thing about this year is we are down people and kind of overall level, so everyone's going to try to take advantage of that, and every single team is going to think that it's their time to kind of have a crack at us, and I think that's something that motivates us. And we do a pretty good job of not listening to outside, decisions, everything. I think going into my sophomore year, before the year started, they were talking about how it's a down year. UConn hasn't lost that many people, and then halfway through the year, they're talking about UConn just gets better and better. So it's really, the media is kind of sometimes swayed a little bit by just what's happening in the moment, and so I'm glad it will be different for all of us to experience that, but I know that we have individual goals and team motivation that is going to push us, especially because we know it's not going to be easy at all. Every day of practice, every workout is going to be a challenge for all of us together.
You didn't touch the ball, at least in my opinion, nearly enough in the last closing minutes of that final game. Did you talk to Coach at all about how things ran? Because you just didn't get many shots up at all. It was only a couple the last lot of minutes. Was there anything there that you took from that? Or?
Yeah, I think I could have done a better job in, counting on myself and kind of demanding the ball in certain situations. I think, not that I hid, but I don't think I helped nearly as much as I could have at the end there. And it's definitely something that I'm taking and learning from this year. And it's my last year, so no more after this. So every single game has got to be as if it's my last one, because you never know what happens throughout the year or anything. And I'm excited to kind of learn from it and take over being in a more demanding role, that kind of vocally, and I really think Fee, Crystal, and I are the only three that have much experience in situations like that on the team. Meg's played in a couple games, but when it comes down to the crunch time at the end, the three of us are really going to have to just be calm and understand what we need to do and take care of.
What have you seen from the freshmen when you've been out there with them to watch?
I think they've done a lot of really good things this summer, and I think it's been good for them. It's almost easier them being in different positions, kind of being surrounded by guys that have done this before, and like when you see in individuals or in workouts, they have more older guys than they do new guys. Last year it was kind of a big group of them, and so just the two of them, they've made a lot of progress just because they have that more individual time, and just our focus is more on each one of them. And they have their struggles coming into workouts. It's always tiring and it's always hard, that first initial shock of like being in actual college workouts, but they've held their own, and each week they've gotten better, and every day.
You said that last year you guys maybe masked a few of the problems rather than really fixed them. Were there really that many problems? I mean, for the second year in a row, you go undefeated until the last game. Or do you know that this team had more potential?
The thing is, it's not, I know from the outside, us saying that we had a lot of problems is probably not what people think and expect to hear, but, when it comes down to us and what we think, clearly we had enough problems to not win that last game, so that's too many, in my opinion, and us needing to figure out how to be where we need to be at the end of the season is the most important part of each year, and the last 2 years we weren't able to do that, so clearly there's things that we need to fix as a group, and individually each of us needed to really figure out what we could have done better during the year, and I think a lot of us have done a good job looking at ourselves in the mirror and really critiquing what we did and what we could have done better.
And what would you like to have done better personally?
I just want to make sure that I'm accountable at all times. I think there's a lot of times where, I could have played better defense and everything, and clearly ankle aside and whatever happened like that, I've just felt like I could have been more involved in certain possessions, certain times on the court that I'm not going to let happen this year.
I've noticed from social media that the team this summer has been spending a lot of time together. Does that bonding translate to the cohesiveness on the court during the season?
Yeah, definitely. I think we've had a lot of fun, doing trips on the weekends, things we can do together, and I think this summer has been one of my favorites since I've been here. So overall, I think it's been really good for us, and I think we've all gotten to know each other a little better, even more so than I knew the freshmen from last year. This summer has really brought us all together, and I'm excited to see where else this takes us.
You'd mentioned that you just want to get a little mentally stronger personally. I mean, is that maybe a really good thing about the injury, that you can just focus on your mindset and how you approach the game?
Yeah, definitely. I think I've used this time to really, learn, and I see things better now, like when it comes to just watching them workout, watching their individuals. I'm usually there at every single one as much as I can, and just seeing things that you necessarily wouldn't see while you're playing or while you're on the court, and being involved in that. And it's like the little stuff that I've noticed, and I feel like I can translate into my game and the way I lead this team and try to be vocal. I've seen the way people react to certain types of coaching and teaching, and I think it's been really good for me. And I think, like I said, I would much rather be working out and everything, but everything happens for a reason, and I'm glad that I get to be healthy by the time the season starts, so that's really all that matters.
Has it been good for you because now you can be a better leader? You know how to approach different players just from watching them?
Yeah, just from watching people, I've learned the different styles they react to, and I think we've done a good job of changing our approach. I think individually, people have done a better job. I think Meg's transition from last year to this year, just by watching her in the summer, has been completely different than I've seen from her, that I saw from her at all last year. So stuff like that, and I think Fee's been doing a really good job of leading the workouts while she's out there, and being someone that is at the front of things, or is working as hard as she possibly can. And I think that's something that we didn't necessarily do last year. I think she's done a great job of being more vocal, and she's not known for being that vocal on her team, but she's done a really good job this summer.
Where has Meg made the most strides for you?
Just her attitude, I think. Not that she had a bad attitude, but it's just the way she approaches every workout. She really pushes herself as hard as she can. And last year, sometimes when she'd get tired, it would kind of take over just how she'd be able to function and the things she would be able to do for us. And now in individuals, in the running and everything, she's pushing herself as hard as she can, and she's pushing herself beyond a point that I've seen, and it's really translated into her game. She's playing really well in pickup and looks comfortable out there.
How about Batuli? I mean, she seems like such a wild card that nobody knows about right now. Does she feel healthy? Does she look good in individuals, pickup, or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think she still has a battle of her own mentally, trying to, it's hard the way that kind of her year went with sitting out the year before and then getting hurt early on, and I don't think she ever really felt full go or fully comfortable on the court last year, so she's still trying to figure out how to just get back to feeling normal, and she's been doing a good job. She's working as hard as she can, but she still has some things that she needs to figure out.